One, hey, two, hey, one, hey, two, hey, three, hey, four, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Everybody get up. Ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said, everybody get up. Everybody get up. I said,
How you doing, Miss Claudia?
Woo! Now I'm getting some nitro coffee in my face, a little bit better.
Good.
You're looking quite lovely. What you doing today?
Thank you. Well, I have some things going on. I'll be attending an event later on tonight, but yeah, I try to come correct for our show. So that's
Well, you did very good. Very good. I'm gonna have to go with you to get some dresses. You know, I'm kind of like a tomboy feminist type. You know, feminine, not feminist. Feminine type, so I don't know, I always have a whole bunch of dresses, but yeah, I like sneakers and sweatpants and shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are we doing today?
I think we're doing a movie review. Is that right?
Spoiler alert!
Yes, for Desperados from Netflix.
Yes. So this was your awesome pick?
It was my pick because I was stupid enough to go buy a cover. So yeah, never judge a book by its cover, and that's what I did. So yes, and I had to sit through an hour and a half of my life being wasted, but that's okay. 2 hours really, well 3 because I had to watch it again, but that's okay.
Wait. Was this a referral, or you just like the cover, like the...
Yeah, I just saw the cover, and I saw what's his name, Lamorne Morris, and I believe he's a pretty good comedian.
Yeah,
and I liked him,
oh, is that
and I wanted to see. I don't know if he does stand-up, but I know he was really funny in Game Night. And I just, yeah, that's who I wanted to see. I saw him, and I was like, oh, I want to see what this movie's about with this guy on the cover. Okay. So that's as far as my thinking went.
It wasn't as bad as she's making out to me. But it was actually refreshing. But anyway, it was called Desperados. Give us a little plot, a little bit of summary.
It was about a pretty neurotic LA single woman who meets a dream guy. Things are going fine, and then she thinks he ghosted her, so she sends a really nasty email, and now she's gotten some friends to go with her to Mexico to try to intercept the email. So that's pretty much the plot.
Yeah, so she's basically chasing it. You know,
yeah, and let's just run through the characters real fast.
Yeah,
the neurotic, what I call her neurotic, the neurotic LA singleite. Wesley Daria, that was played by Nassim Pedrad. It was funny, I was talking to a girlfriend of mine about the movie. She had seen it too, and she said, what I didn't love about her is that she always looks like she's smiling, even when she's not.
Yes, she did. Yeah, she was like an overextended, like,
yeah, the mouth. It was
mouth.
It was something. And then there was the guy that she was chasing was Robbie Amell, and he played Jared. And then there was
what is he playing? What is he?
And then he's been in Upload 2020. That was a TV show. I
haven't seen that.
I think I've seen previews. Okay. Yes, and Nassim was in Despicable Me too. Okay. She did some voiceover work for the character Jillian. I believe that's one of the little girls.
Okay.
And then one of Wesley's good friends that came with her on the trip was Anna Camp, who played Brooke. I find her really likable. She was in True Blood back in 2008, and she was also in The Help. Yeah. She played Jolene French in that. Yeah. And then who are some of the other actors?
So the other actors, her other friend who went on the trip with her was Sarah Burns. She was I think her hair was red, and she was Kaylee.
Yeah, it's like a auburn kind of thing.
And I've seen her. I really like her as an actor. I've seen her in quite a few movies, and I Love You Man, 2009 movie.
Okay, yeah.
And then, of course, Lamorne Morris, who plays Sean McGuire.
Sorry, I just realized Jerry Maguire. Yeah. And the other guy was a sports agent. Yeah. So sorry, I just got the pun. Sorry.
Like,
okay.
yeah. And then he was in Bloodshots, and he played Wilfred Wiggins and Game Night Kevin. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
I mean, that's funny. I think that's funny is that one of the things that happens in the movie is Wesley gets set up on a blind date with Lamorne Morris, who is Sean McGuire. And it goes, I think they have a phone conversation, and they say something along the lines like, if we meet each other and we know immediately that we don't want to do it, let's just say no.
Yeah.
And that'll be our out, you know?
Yeah, we have an out.
Yeah, we have an out.
Right.
And she sits down and she just blah, blah, blah. And my children, or somebody's children.
She
and
was
a
like
marriage
planning
and-
a marriage and a whole family.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
everything
She was
ahead of
talking about
time.
somebody else's.
Yeah,
but still talking marriage and children
And he was
when
like-
you're within 10 seconds of meeting someone. And he turned and said no.
He's like, oh, she's like, no, what?
And he's like, I want an out.
She's like, wait, I thought the date was going good. And I thought that was really, I thought that was subtle comedy. I thought that was pretty funny.
It was funny
Yeah.
because I think, rewatching it, I was kind of offended when I first started to watch it just because it was so much, oh my God, first world problems. And that just kind of annoyed me, So, and I was already drinking Moscato, whatever. So I don't remember much from my first watching of the movie, except for complaining a lot. So this morning I got up and I was like, well, you just got to refresh yourself on this because you're really... Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is really a commentary on these horrible kind of me type of people. And that's really what it was. And once I kind of got that I was like, now I can see the humor in it. Because a lot of it, I was just like, oh, God, this person is horrible. Why would I even want to, why am I watching this? So, because she does have this very me, needy, bitchy, she's just not a real pleasant friend.
Yeah, self-centered kind of.
Yeah, self-centered. Everything's
revolves
around her. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, you need to understand. I personally, I actually enjoyed the film because this is something I would call like a chick flick.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and these are things like I said, this kind of like life. I was watching with Mr. King. I was like, it's like Lifetime. He's like, don't. He goes, don't insult. Don't put down Lifetime. Like that. I was like, well, I really kind of liked it.
It's so funny.
It had some freaking great banter. I mean, it wasn't like super funny.
It wasn't like Bridesmaids.
Yes,
but it was
entertaining.
It was in the same vein.
There's something to watch. I got through it. If it was you can't do nothing, rainy day, snowy day. It was pretty cool. Like, I'm bored. There's nothing on TV.
Yeah,
but I enjoyed it. It was a little bit, like yuppie-ish. I don't know.
Yeah, it was trite in that way.
Yeah,
it was kind of like, again, first world problems.
Yeah.
Like, these people have no real issues except for no one wants to date me.
What I didn't get is
so yeah,
how she pay her bills, because she ain't had no job.
Right, and that's, again, first world problems. Obviously, you have a mommy and a daddy that send you a check every month, kind of like Girls. I don't know if you ever watched Girls, but they were kind of like the diatribe of privilege, if you will. And I love that show. So anyways.
She meets Jarrett. She goes.
As soon as they're leaving, because she's so pissed off when Lamorne Morris turns her down, she ends up tripping and hits her head really bad, basically blacks out, and wakes up to Jared. So please go on.
So I don't remember all the details. I watched it last Sunday. Sorry, my brain is like pew. Anyway, but they ended up setting out and going out on a date.
Yes.
And the thing was, when she went on this date, she put on what we always do, our presentation face. So she didn't put on her real. So she was trying to emulate into this person that was ideal for him.
And I don't even think she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
She realized in hindsight, oh my God, everything is going great because I'm not fucking talking.
Exactly.
And I'm not sitting here trying to do everything. And I actually, I have mixed feelings on this because sometimes, again, I think Hollywood gives you a whole bunch of bullshit and says, oh, this is how it is. And somebody's going to love you for all your flaws and blah, blah, blah. And you just bring them on the table and they're going to be like, oh, you're great. That's not real life. You really do have to take a measured approach. And there is something to a slow reveal and getting to know people, etc., etc. Not so much being completely fake, but not letting it all out and this is who I am kind of thing. So there's a happy medium there. So she was going the route of being fake. Doing things that she didn't want to do, not speaking up, not talking, and she's telling her girlfriends, "Oh, this is wonderful. I just don't have to be myself, and guys will love me." Right? Doesn't she say something like that?
Well, there was something because it reminded me of her first date with Sean.
Yes,
and how he says, you know, have you ever just I can't remember, like, I want to be able to sit with people and we talk about people, like sit at dinner and we talk about people, and she's like being totally conservative and everything. But I do have a side note question, like, have you ever been on a date where you just didn't say much because you just wanted to see how it went? You know?
That's actually kind of my MO. I come from a really troubled upbringing. I have a traumatic past. I have lots and lots of layers. So that's my approach. I'm not one, and I'm not like that with people, period. Like, I'm not someone to be like, hey, I'm Raven. This is everything to know about me. Like, you know, I'm a mystery and enigma. You got to work for this. And so when I come to the table with the date, again, it's almost like an interview. I do believe in going with with nice clothes on and putting my best foot forward, because I expect someone to do the same thing for me. I have a good girlfriend that actually went out of her way, would not shower, would go with her hair messed up, wear her glasses, be on stank, for this kind of, oh, well, if he's going to take me, he needs to take me at my worst. And I'm like, I get your point.
That's a little overkill.
But you're asking too much. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you're asking too much, because it's just common courtesy to show up nice if you're trying to attract somebody, at least in my mind.
No,
you
so
know?
what would you be, and not that I'm still trying to tie it in, I just,
this
is a side question.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
what would you consider like a really cool date for you? Like, you know, do you believe that the men should pay for the date and that you should go to an expensive restaurant, yada, 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 blah,
I
blah,
think if it's an initial blind date, it should be casual. I think in this day and age, you should be ready to go Dutch. You know, if they're generous, wonderful. But, you know, if I'm just meeting you, I'm not coming with the full expectation that you're going to pay for everything and all of that.
So where would you want to go for?
For me, like I said, something casual, like not terribly upscale, but something nice. I'm trying to think of a good restaurant off the top of my head right now, like
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, like something like Lodo, even like the little pizza place that's by Pizza Factory. The really cool mushroom factory or whatever. So something cool, something trendy, but not crazy pricey, but so something that I might want to have an Instagram photo on, you know? Like something that I wouldn't mind being seen in, you know? Like, oh, this is a cool trendy place.
So like $2 money signs. That expensive?
Or 2 to 3?
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
That's still kind of pricey for a first date. 2 to 3.
Well, you know,
I'm just filling you out.
Well, I'm not going.
It needs to be about $2 to $3 signs.
Or maybe 4. There's some screening that goes along with that. And, you know, there's something to, I've dated people that don't have money, I've dated people with money, but usually I try not to look at that. But if you come from money, it's easier being with people that have money, just because then they don't feel like you're putting them out. If I can afford to take myself to a 4-star dinner,
then you can too.
Then you should be able to match me. And it shouldn't be like, oh my God, now they want my paycheck, or now this chick's you know, so there's that. So anyways, we'll
that was my
we were just digressing.
No, we didn't digress. I just thought the first date, because you know, like, how do we put on our faces, and maybe we'll talk about that one day.
Absolutely.
But anyhow, so she goes on this date, and she's like, oh, this is great. Like Raven said, she says, oh, I don't have to talk. But she wasn't really being her authentic self. And then, so did I get the impression that they actually had sex the first night?
No, they went on a couple of dates. Remember, they went on a date, and then she even joined him in the big bouncy ball soccer thing
that she hated,
but she acted like she loved. And oh my God,
my ex-girlfriend hated this.
And then there was something else where you know, she ended up being really mellow and not reacting. I think he said some story about an ex or something.
Yeah.
Like
she was crazy.
Yeah, and he was like, and that's it? You don't have any follow-up questions? You're not coming at me? And she was like, no. What happened in the past stays in the past. And he was like, wow, I think you might be the coolest chick I've ever met.
And
that night, that's
when
they sealed the deal.
Yeah, they sealed the deal.
And then you go through pretty funny clips, a little montage of her taking her birth control pills and him still not contacting her. So it's been 5 days.
Let's
since
talk
he
about
contacted
that.
her.
Why are you taking birth control pills or protection after the fact?
Well, obviously, if you're on the pill, you're taking it before because the pill has to be in your system for a good month.
Yeah.
So she was obviously on the pill,
I think she was on
but
the
I
pill.
don't think she used a condom. So shame on you.
Yes,
pills.
that's what I was like. Not good.
Not good.
Safe sex, especially with COVID. Yeah. So I didn't like that.
Herpes.
So anyway, he didn't call her, and so now she's freaking out. And now they
calls the girlfriends,
and they get drunk,
super drunk,
and they start typing up this horrible email and saying
all
horrible
collaborating
things about his mother.
His dad was dead.
His dad.
His dead dad.
Oh God.
Yeah, they kept saying his dead dad.
I mean, just some horrible stuff.
Horrible.
And then she sends the email, and of course, everything. This is where the spin turns. And
as soon as she sent the email, he calls.
He's like, I got in a really bad accident in Mexico.
I've been in a medical coma for the past 3 days, and I'm finally able to reach out to you.
Yes. And so she's like, oh my God, I got to get to Mexico. Which was funny because she doesn't have a job.
Again,
but she
like
can get
there's
to
some
Mexico.
privilege. Yeah, there's some privilege there.
And so anyway, her friend, she's like, you guys got to go with me. You got to go with me. Now, one of her friends
again, more privilege because they could all just drop their lives and go to Mexico on a 5-minute,
And one of her friends is going through a divorce. And
actually, not yet.
Well, she's thinking about a divorce.
She has been cheated on.
Okay.
And she has, it took my rewatching this morning to figure that one out. Yeah. We know her friend, what is her name? Anna Camp, Brooke. Mm-hmm. Her friend Brooke is very salty, very kind of upset, and has a baby.
Yeah.
So we know something's going on, you know, and then she kind of reveals that there was an affair.
And then Kaylee wants a baby.
Yes,
so that's their problems that they're dealing, or their issues, not problems. Whatever.
And we never get to get into those
until
we never
the end of the film.
Story
to really tie it in about how she's
we don't get into it because of Wesley. Wesley is such an attention whore.
She is an attention whore. The whole thing is about Wesley.
Wesley.
So they drag her in there and they all go to Mexico so she can get this email.
And I remember there's a great little line where Anna Camp or Brooke says, so what's the plan for getting into this guy's room? Do you have a plan? You never have a plan. Just like something like
that's true.
It's typical for this girl.
That really actually played out well because it went
well.
perfect with her character. And so basically they're going through, they get to, the resort.
Goodness. Yes. One of the funniest things, and we don't have their names written down, but there's a 12-year-old son and a really overprotective mom.
The mom was tripping. She was
every time that they interact. So first, her dildo goes flying out of her bed.
Yes, and it's a nice purple. Wasn't it purple?
Pink fuchsia.
And
it's vibrant. What is a big
and it's so funny because this little 12-year-old boy knows what it is.
He doesn't know. No, at first he's like, "What is this? What is this? This is so cool." He looks it up on the internet. The room, and he's like, "Oh, I looked up what your toy was. And I know why you're here." Yes. So at first he doesn't know. He's like, "What is this cool thing? And why is it shaking? And oh my God, this is the coolest thing."
And the mom is going off, and she's
freaking out.
So she's plotting and planning on trying to get in Jarrett's room because he's still in the hospital at the resort.
Yeah.
And so she ends up talking, because it's in Mexico, so one of the, I guess the attendants, the house attendants.
Yeah, the concierge.
Was walking by. She goes, I need to naked? So she like totally strips
Yeah,
naked.
she strips down.
Saying, I got locked out. And he was like, no.
And this is after she broke into the room with the 12-year-old
Yes.
boy because she heard his ringtone
Yeah.
while they were walking by. Their first attempt was just to walk around the property. And if you've ever been to any resort, property is fucking huge. So I can't imagine what those girls went through, right?
I'm trying to figure out, how did she figure out the room?
Well, and that's what she did. She called all day,
Okay.
kept calling, and then they got to
Alright.
the room, and she's like, only 1,273 women
See,
calls later.
that's why I paid twice.
If I'm reviewing it, if I'm reviewing, I have to, because
Yeah.
I'm just not.
So she ended up getting, the guy lets her in again, and so she's thinking she found the place. But again, it's still
First she breaks into the kids' room,
Yep.
and the little boy's there, and she's, was she naked? Yeah, she has on a kill.
And then his mom comes out, it's more drama. So but when she runs to the pool all naked, but before she even gets there, the banter between her friends and those two guys.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That was funny to me, because that guy checked her like, what, you think I'm trying to hit on you? He was like, I'm trying to fuck you.
Oh, God.
Why are you trying to play hard to
But
get?
no, that was horrible, because he was like, you're trying to hit on me.
Yeah.
And I already took my boner pill. And I'm like, you shouldn't be talking like that if you want to get on this.
Yeah, he was like, you want some of this? And he was like the average.
Oh, he was horrible. He was horrible.
Basic.
And then his gay friend hit it off really well with Haley, so that was kind of
But
funny.
I thought that was
really
out of the whole show, that dialogue, whoever wrote that had the best banter, and that's when I started actually laughing. I was like,
okay,
that was pretty freaking clever. Like, whoever wrote that comedy.
So what happens is, just by strange circumstance, Sean McGuire, Lamorne Morris happens to be at the same resort. And they happen to just keep kind of bumping into each other, but there's a lot of animosity and, brush off just because she still has hurt feelings from being rejected the first time.
Yep.
So, I remember now, actually. They decide that the master key is going to be on the head concierge, and he teaches paddleboarding lessons.
Yep.
So they're going to steal the master key during the paddleboarding lessons.
And she steals it.
And they do steal it, but in the meantime, Sean McGuire had booked a trip for... Or did he take the two girls? This is one thing he took the two girls reservation.
He took the two girls reservation.
Yes, so took her. And they get to go paddleboarding, and then they're off on some, and this is where I laughed, they're off on dock.
Oh,
dolphin.
Yes!
And this dolphin basically has relations with her.
Yes,
and then smacks her in the face. Oh my God.
He's like, oh, she loves me.
Oh my God.
And then he jumps up and you see his dolphin dick slap to her face.
Oh my God. That's when I laughed.
And
That's
I was
when
like,
had a belly
was
laugh.
that like really a dolphin dick?
I guess so.
Did it look like that for real?
I don't know.
That was a huge dolphin
I
dick.
I've been messing with no dolphins at all, too. How would I know?
How did they, I wondered if they do some research to make it like,
I'm sure.
AGI.
But it was,
like
that
anyway,
was pretty
That was
hilarious.
really good, and she, but anyway, they start to,
so
they're
that's how,
spending so much time trying to break in, they start to
but
develop
that's how,
this relationship.
Yeah, they get more of a relationship. That's their first time hanging out and just having fun. And she's like, oh, this is somebody that I can be myself with and all of that. Now, I'm trying to think.
They went dancing, too.
Well, and I'm trying to think, because he ends up helping them.
Yeah, he does end up helping her.
And
she finally gets the laptop and erases. Did she actually erase it?
No, she never erases it.
But she does get the laptop.
She gets the laptop and the phone.
She gets caught, and then they kick them off of the resort, and they end up staying in this hostel, and it was really nasty.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of how Lamorne Morris actually comes back to kind of help her out.
Because she needs to get to the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, and he said, will you take me to the airport? Because she got in a fight with her friends.
Okay,
yeah, remember she got in an argument with her friends, and
her
friends
were like
you're so selfish. You don't even know that then they were supposed to go on a meditation retreat.
Right.
And she was like, no. She was like, so they like kind of broke up. The
Yeah.
friends and her broke up. And
The friends went to the
friends went
meditation
on to the
retreat.
all-day meditation retreat. And I kind of knew that was going to happen with the instructor. And is it Haley?
Yeah.
Or was it Haley? Was
Brooke.
It Brooke. With Brooke. And I was like, she likes her. She likes her. She goes, I'm sorry. You can't have babies. You just can't have babies. She was like so like.
Yeah, she's like, I can't help you.
I can't help you. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I guess she got.
But she saw the other blonde and she was like, oh, but I can help you.
Yeah. So anyway, so while they were broke up for that temporary time, she ended up getting with Sean, and Sean helps. He goes, why am I helping you? Oh, but another funny part was when they were driving in the Jeep, and they almost hit a goat.
Well, and that was the funny thing is that he was supposed to be helping her get to Jared to the airport
before
and they had two vans. So
Yeah.
he could have followed Jared or she could have followed his stuff.
Yeah.
So she chose to follow the luggage.
Yeah.
And right after they followed the luggage, that's when they end up hitting a rock or a goat.
They
They
hit the goat.
Yeah, they miss a goat and hit a rock.
What was funny there is when she goes, help me tilt this over. And he goes,
Yeah.
That stuff was so funny. It was like, oh my God. He was like, and I talked to Mr. King. He was like, I would have did the same thing. I'm not going to try to push the dang.
No, I mean, she was stupid. So yeah, I mean, what else would you do? But
yeah. So anyhow, so then anyway, they basically get to the airport.
Well, they follow the van. It goes to a quinceañera. So they end up having this great time at the quinceañera. They
Dancing.
eat, they drink, they dance, they have this wonderful time.
Yeah.
They finally get to the airport, and Sean tells her, you should show him this email.
Yeah.
You should let him see who the hell you are. Because
Exactly.
if he's dating you and all this time goes by and then all of a sudden crazy woman pops up, he's going to leave you anyway.
Exactly.
So, So they're back at the airport, and she's on the plane with them. They've reunited, and she finally decides to show him the email. And it goes over just like you'd think.
Yep.
He's like, get the hell away from me.
Yeah.
I wanted that girl. Like, you've lied to me, and I want that girl that you first presented. So she's rejected by him.
Yep.
Her friends
are mad at her.
Her friends are mad at her, so she's rejected by them. And, her friends had every right to be mad at her.
Of course,
you
she
know?
was being selfish.
So, yeah, she was absolutely
Insensitive.
selfish. And they get off the plane, and she has a confrontation with her friends, and is even more selfish. They kind of lay out their issue with her, and they're like, look, we figured all this stuff out because you weren't there sucking the air out of everything
Exactly.
with your issues.
Yep.
And so they have a big divorce, and she goes on with, a couple of months?
Yeah, she does doesn't she end up getting a job?
She
right?
does. Sean McGuire again hooks her up with
gives
a
her
job.
a referral, and
Yep.
she gets the job. She starts doing what she loves, which is counseling children and whatnot, and then she goes to make up with her friends.
Yeah.
And she's chased. I didn't get the chasing the cat in the tree thing. That just made no sense. Maybe because.
Well, it was a self-sacrificing thing. That usually, I don't think she would be the type to sacrifice herself in such
the
a
cat,
way.
if it
And
could
the
get in
cat
the tree,
never.
it could get down
the
the
cat
tree.
always tried to escape. Remember, they were always trying to keep the cat inside the house. So when she saw that the cat was out, it was like, oh, here's my chance to save the cat and show myself as this, like I care. Because she really didn't show that she cared much.
Wait. When they opened the door, the pregnant black woman, that was hilarious.
Or Indian, absolutely. And her stupid assumption that she's going to give him a baby.
Yeah, that was funny.
I think, how do her and Sean McGuire get, so she ends up following.
She follows him on
Instagram.
Instagram says, I've seen that you were here on a date. Or
Well,
you were here.
Yeah, you were here, and
she
he happens
ends up
to be
on a date.
Yeah, he's on a blind date. And she ruins it for him.
Not intentionally.
But pretty much. And it's pretty funny, the little blonde chick, because she's just like her at the beginning of the movie,
Yeah,
right?
she's like, why does this keep happening to me?
Yeah, because they end up realizing, we like each other, and he comes up and gives his big speech about how broken and complicated and
he's not ready for a relationship.
But he has to have her in his life, and now, of course, Hollywood has done it again, and now they can go off to the sunset.
Yeah.
So what was your rating, Ladios?
I can honestly say it was enjoyable. It was palatable. I enjoyed it. So I give it about a C. Just a solid C. I enjoyed the cast. I think honestly, if they had to switch the cast and it had been like all people of color, it would have probably been twice as funny. But I enjoyed the cast for what it's worth. I say a good C. You know,
Yeah.
that's all I could say. The C.
Mm-hmm.
C. You know, it wasn't like super funny. Would I have paid to go see it? Probably not. Would I have watched it on Netflix? Yeah. Would I watch it again? Yeah. But I think a good C. I thought it was a good taste for comedy. You know, get somewhere, something lighthearted. You know, in spite of everything. What'd you think?
I gave it a C minus. If I am watching a comedy, I do want it to be the caliber of Bridesmaids or, you know, something where I'm just kind of on the floor laughing.
Yeah.
And I did not have very many of those moments. The first time I watched it, it was a D minus. This morning, I was like, okay, I can kind of see where they were going.
Right.
But it wasn't, like I said,
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch it
Yeah.
like normal, like go to the movies or any of that, or girls' night.
It was enjoyable.
You gotta watch this.
It was. If you were like completely bored, I told it, you know, nothing to do.
It was trite.
Yeah. Mr. Key was like, He's like,
I
I want my hour and a half back.
I could see most men hating it.
He gave it an F.
I could see most men hating it.
Yeah, but
'cause
you
it was
know,
a girl-
it's
it
a
was
super chick flick. It's a super chick flick.
And I mean,
But I enjoyed it. We'll be doing some more. Get some more picks. But in the meantime, in between time, well, you have any closing remarks?
Nope. Just subscribe, follow, comment, you know.
Thank you so much for chiming in. Remember, you don't have to be asleep to dream, so get out and get up and do something for yourself. I'm Ladios Muhammad, an actor with purpose.
And I'm Raven Moon, an actor with passion.
And we are actors from the dark side.